What if discipline was not a punishment you endure, but a power you build? The world tells you to wait for motivation, but the Stoics knew that true strength and mind control are not found. They are forged daily in the fire of 5 simple tasks. 5 daily tasks to build discipline. Stoic Strength, Mind Control, compiled and published by Stoic Dominion. Lesson 1. The arena of your mind. Imagine a great Roman gladiator, standing alone in the center of the vast, sun-drenched sand of the Colosseum. The roar of 100,000 spectators is a deafening wave of noise, a sea of judgment, expectation, and bloodlust. Yet, the master gladiator is an island of profound calm. He is not looking at the roaring crowd, for their judgment is irrelevant. He is not thinking about his past victories, for they offer no protection now. He is not paralyzed by the thought of his potential defeat, for that is a phantom of the future. His entire consciousness, all of his formidable power, is gathered into a single point of calm, focused readiness. He knows that the true battle is never against the opponent across the arena. It is against the chaos, the fear, and the distraction within his own mind. This arena is your mind, and every morning you enter it. The inner conflict we all face is that we are not this calm, focused gladiator. We are a nervous and unprepared combatant, distracted by the roar of the crowd, haunted by our past mistakes, and terrified of what the day might hold. We enter the arena of our day utterly unprepared for the battle within. The fundamental problem with an unprepared mind is that it is guaranteed to lose its battles. A mind that begins the day in chaos cannot create a day of order. When you wake up and immediately surrender your focus to the demands of others, to the urgent shouts of emails, to the gossiping roar of social media, to the siren song of useless distraction, you are forfeiting the match before it has even begun. This has a real, measurable cognitive cost. You are depleting your executive function, that precious reserve of mental energy required for focus, problem-solving, and emotional regulation. This creates a state of chronic mental reactivity. You become a gladiator who is constantly being surprised by attacks from all directions, flailing wildly with no strategy, wasting precious energy on every minor threat, and ultimately being overcome not by a superior opponent, but by your own lack of centered, focused preparation. You lose the day because you have already lost command of your own mind. The transformative solution is to recognize that your mind is an arena, and that you must train, every single morning, to be its champion. It is the unwavering commitment to enter your own inner world first, before you engage with the outer world, and to establish a state of calm, focused control. The core Stoic idea is that the mind, our ruling faculty, or hegemonicon, is the only thing we have true command over. Therefore, our first and most important duty each day is to tend to it, to train it, to fortify it, and to prepare it for the challenges ahead. A disciplined life is built upon the foundation of a disciplined mind, and a disciplined mind is forged, not found, in the quiet, sacred moments of morning practice. The Stoic does not hope for an easy day. He prepares himself to be strong for a difficult one. Your first daily task is to win the battle of the dawn. This is your primary act of mental preparation, the ritual that sets the stage for victory. This task has 2 crucial parts, and they must be performed with the conviction of a warrior. The first is to conquer the impulse for comfort by rising immediately at your alarm. Do not hit the snooze button. The snooze button is a training device for weakness. That first act of choosing discipline over the seductive whisper of comfort is a powerful declaration that your will, not your weakness, is the ruler of your kingdom. The second part is to conquer the impulse for distraction. For at least the first 20 minutes of your day, and ideally the first hour, you will not look at your phone. This creates a sacred, silent space, a mental training ground free from the world's chaos, in which you can perform your other mental drills. This first task is the great gate through which all other discipline and strength must pass. The benefits of this first task are immediate and profound. You will begin every day with a clear, undeniable victory, creating a powerful psychological momentum that will carry you through the day's challenges. You will feel a sense of agency and control, knowing that you have set the tone for your day, rather than allowing the unpredictable world to set it for you. You will dramatically reduce your morning anxiety and create the mental space necessary for clear thought, focused intention, and purposeful action. You will have won the most important battle before most people have even woken up, entering the arena of your day not as a nervous conscript, but as a calm, prepared champion. Your practice for this lesson is simple but not easy. Prepare tonight to win the battle tomorrow morning. Set your alarm and place your phone across the room. Vow to yourself that you will rise at the first call. Winning the dawn gives you the clarity to understand what is truly yours to command in the day ahead. In our next lesson, we will explore this foundational Stoic principle, defining what is truly yours. If you are ready to enter the arena and train, please support this work by liking this video. Lesson 2. What is truly yours? Imagine you are the king of a vast empire. Your empire has two distinct and very different territories. The first is your inner kingdom. This is the kingdom of your thoughts, your judgments, your intentions, your principles, and your actions. This kingdom you rule with absolute, unwavering sovereignty. Every choice made within its borders is yours alone. The second territory is the outer lands. This is the vast, wild, and untamable wilderness of everything else. Your health, your wealth, your reputation, the actions of other people, the outcomes of your efforts, the past and the future. You can influence the outer lands. You can send your armies there. You can plant seeds. You can build outposts. But you can never ever have absolute control over them. The weather will turn against you, your allies may betray you, and the mysterious force of fortune will always have the final say. The inner conflict that causes the vast majority of our human suffering is that we act like a foolish king who completely neglects his own inner kingdom, while spending all his time and energy trying to build a castle on the shifting sands of the outer lands. The fundamental problem with this mindset is that it is a guaranteed strategy for a life of anxiety, frustration, and powerlessness. When you stake your inner peace and your sense of self-worth on things you cannot control, like whether someone approves of you, whether you get a promotion, or whether your flight is on time, you are guaranteeing that you will be in a constant state of turmoil. You have made your happiness a hostage to fortune. This leads to immense wasted energy as you pour your precious mental and emotional resources into worrying about and trying to manipulate things that were never truly yours to command in the first place. You are the king who lets his own castle fall into ruin while he is busy screaming at the clouds to stop raining. This is not just ineffective. The Stoics would argue it is a form of madness. It is a failure to see reality as it is. The transformative solution is to embrace the single most powerful and practical idea in all of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. It is the wisdom to become the great king who clearly understands the borders of his own empire. The core idea from the philosopher Epictetus is simple but life-changing. Some things are up to us and some things are not up to us. Our primary task in life every single day is to relentlessly distinguish between the two. The goal is to focus 100% of our energy, our care, and our concern on our own inner kingdom, on being a person of impeccable character and acting with virtue. We must learn to meet the events of the outer lands with a calm and courageous acceptance, knowing they are beyond our direct rule. This is where true peace, or ataraxia, is found. It is created by radically releasing your attachment to the things that are not yours. Your second daily task is the Stoic Review, performed in the morning. This is a journaling practice to clearly define your territory for the day. Take a notebook and create 3 columns. At the top of the first, write what I control, my inner kingdom. At the top of the second, write what I don't control, the outer lands. At the top of the third, write my virtuous action. Now think about the day ahead. In the first column, list your planned actions, your intended responses, and your commitments to virtue. This is your plan for ruling your kingdom. In the second column, list all the potential outcomes, the actions of others, and the external events you might face. This is the weather report for the outer lands. In the third column, you will write down the specific virtuous action you will take in response to the challenges of the outer lands. For example, If my colleague is critical, outer lands, I will listen without defensiveness and respond with calm reason, my virtuous action. This simple act of separation and preparation brings profound clarity and power. The benefits of this daily practice are immense. You will be liberated from a huge amount of unnecessary anxiety, as you will have consciously decided not to worry about what you cannot control. Your effectiveness and power will skyrocket, as you will be directing your entire life force toward the things you can actually influence. You will develop a deep sense of inner peace and resilience, knowing that your well-being is anchored in your own actions, not in the unpredictable events of the world. You will become the wise king, ruling your inner world with absolute power and navigating the outer world with wisdom and grace. Your practice for this lesson is to perform your first Stoic review tomorrow morning. Draw the 3 columns, define your kingdom, and plan your virtuous response. Understanding what is yours to control gives you a target for your daily practice. In our next lesson, we will explore the immense weight and power of this daily effort. To continue on this path to mastery, please subscribe to the Stoic Dominion channel. Lesson 3. The weight of daily practice. Imagine a master blacksmith forging a sword. The final blade is a thing of beauty, strength, and perfect balance, but its qualities were not created in a single moment of inspiration or a single heroic blow of the hammer. They were forged by the immense, cumulative weight of thousands upon thousands of individual hammer blows. Each blow by itself seems insignificant. It makes only a tiny, almost imperceptible change in the shape of the hot steel. But the consistent, disciplined, monotonous application of those small impacts, day after day, is what transforms a rough piece of iron into a masterpiece of tempered steel. The weight of the daily practice is what creates the final result. The inner conflict we face is our modern impatience and our love for the quantum leap. We want the finished sword, but we despise the slow, repetitive, and often difficult process of the daily hammer blows. We want the result without the repetition. The fundamental problem with this mindset is that it is a fantasy. It is a lie that keeps us from our own potential. There is no mastery without practice. There is no strength without resistance. A lack of respect for the weight of daily practice is why most people fail to achieve their goals. They start with the burst of enthusiasm, the first few exciting hammer blows. But when they realize that the process is long, that progress is often invisible on a day-to-day basis, and that most of the work is repetitive and unglamorous, they lose heart. They put down the hammer, waiting for another wave of motivation to strike. This leads to a life of abandoned projects and unfulfilled potential. They want the strength of the tempered steel, but they are unwilling to endure the consistent fire and the daily hammer. They are waiting for a breakthrough that never comes, because they fail to understand that the breakthrough is the cumulative result of thousands of moments of non-breakthrough. The transformative solution is to fall in love with the process itself. It is the conscious choice to become the master blacksmith, to find meaning and satisfaction not just in the vision of the finished sword, but in the rhythmic, powerful, and character-building act of the daily hammer blow. The core Stoic idea is that we are what we repeatedly do. Our character is not a noun, it is a verb. It is the sum of our daily actions. The Stoics knew that the path to a virtuous, strong, and tranquil soul was not through a sudden epiphany, but through the patient, consistent, and daily practice of their philosophy. They respected the immense creative power of the small, daily effort. They understood that you don't decide to be courageous. You become courageous by performing small, courageous acts every single day. Your third daily task is the unbreakable habit. This is the commitment to perform one specific character-building action every single day, no matter what. This is your one non-negotiable hammer blow. The action itself should be simple and tied to your goals, but its true purpose is to build the muscle of consistency and to affirm your identity as a disciplined man. This could be a physical habit, like doing a set of push-ups or holding a plank for 60 seconds. It could be a mental habit, like reading 10 pages of a philosophical text. It could be an emotional habit, like writing down 3 things you are grateful for, even on a difficult day. The key is that it is non-negotiable. It is the one hammer blow you must deliver every single day, without fail. It is the anchor of your entire disciplinary practice. The benefits of embracing the weight of daily practice are the benefits of harnessing the most powerful force for change in the universe. Compound effort. Your small, consistent actions will build upon each other, creating an unstoppable momentum. You will develop a profound sense of self-respect and confidence, knowing that you are a person who shows up and does the work. You will achieve your long-term goals not with a stressful last-minute sprint, but with a calm, steady, and inevitable march. You will become the master blacksmith, finding deep satisfaction in the daily act of forging your own character. Your practice for this lesson is to choose your unbreakable habit. Make it meaningful, make it achievable, and then begin the steady rhythm of your daily work. This daily practice gives you a powerful perspective, a view from the heights of your own inner citadel. In our next lesson, we will explore this profound mindset. Let us know in the comments what your unbreakable habit will be. Lesson 4. Your view from the Citadel. Imagine you are standing on the highest watchtower of your own inner citadel, the formidable fortress of your mind that you have been diligently building. From this high vantage point, the landscape of your life looks entirely different. The chaotic and terrifying battle you were fighting on the ground just moments ago now appears as a small, manageable skirmish in a vast field. The vast, dark forest of your future that seemed so intimidating now looks like a navigable wood with clear paths through it. The winding, confusing roads of your past now form a coherent journey that led you logically to where you stand now. This view from the Citadel is a powerful Stoic mindset, a tool for instant perspective. The inner conflict we face is that we spend our lives on the ground, stuck in the mud and the chaos of the battlefield. We are so caught up in the immediate, emotional, and ego-driven details of our struggles that we lose all sense of proportion and perspective. The fundamental problem with this ground-level view is that it magnifies our problems and paralyzes our will. When you are standing face to face with an obstacle, it can seem like an insurmountable wall. When you are in the midst of an emotional storm, it feels like that storm is the entire world, and that it will last forever. This lack of perspective is a primary source of anxiety, despair, and poor decision-making. It makes us feel small, helpless, and overwhelmed. We make short-sighted, reactive decisions because we are responding to the immediate threat in front of us, without the benefit of seeing the bigger picture. We are the foot soldier lost in the smoke and noise of battle, unable to see the clear path to victory that might be obvious from higher ground. The transformative solution is to regularly and deliberately practice ascending to the highest tower of your inner citadel and adopting what the Stoics called the view from above. It is the mental exercise of zooming out from your immediate egocentric perspective to see your life and your problems within a much larger cosmic context. The core idea, a favorite of Marcus Aurelius, is to see yourself and your troubles from the perspective of the universe. This isn't just a spatial zoom out, it's a temporal one. He would contemplate the briefness of his own life against the backdrop of eternity, the billions who came before him and the billions who will come after, all with their own seemingly monumental struggles. This is not to diminish the reality of your struggles, but to place them in their proper, manageable context. It is a powerful antidote to the ego's narcissistic tendency to believe that its own problems are the most important thing in the universe. Your 4th daily task is the practice of perspective. This is a short, daily meditation or visualization, and it is one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal. In the morning or any time you feel overwhelmed, take 3 minutes to perform this exercise. Close your eyes. First, visualize yourself in your current location. Then, slowly begin to zoom out, as if you were a soaring eagle. See your building from above, then your neighborhood, then your city. Keep zooming out, seeing your country as a patch of color on the globe, then the entire blue marble of Earth suspended in the silent blackness of space. Float there for a moment. Then zoom out further, seeing our solar system, our Milky Way galaxy with its hundreds of billions of stars, and finally, the web of billions of other galaxies in the unimaginable vastness of the cosmos. From this cosmic perch, now look back at that tiny, insignificant speck that is your personal problem. Feel its weight, its importance, its power over you utterly diminish. Feel your own sense of calm perspective return. The benefits of this daily practice are profound. It will dramatically reduce the power that stress and anxiety have over you. You will develop a sense of humility and wonder that is a powerful antidote to a complaining or entitled mindset. You will make wiser, more long-term decisions because you will be operating from a place of broad perspective, not narrow panic. You will cultivate a deep sense of inner peace, the tranquility of the philosopher who understands their small but meaningful place in the grand order of the cosmos. You will be able to descend from your citadel back to the battlefield of life, but with the calm, strategic mind of the general, not the panicked mind of the foot soldier. Your practice is to try the view from the citadel this afternoon when you face a moment of stress. This perspective helps to build an empire, not of land or wealth, but of inner peace. In our next lesson, we will explore this ultimate prize. Share this video if you're ready to gain a new perspective. Lesson 5. An empire of inner peace. Imagine a great emperor who has finally conquered all his external enemies. His armies are victorious, his borders are secure, and his treasury is full. His external empire is the envy of the world. Yet he is a miserable and tormented man. He cannot sleep at night, haunted by the fear of betrayal and assassination. He is tormented by his own insatiable desires for more power, more wealth, more pleasure. He is constantly agitated, angry, and anxious. His external empire is vast, but his inner empire is in a state of chaos and rebellion. Now imagine a simple Stoic philosopher who may own nothing but the simple clothes on his back, but who has achieved perfect rule over his own mind. He has conquered his fears, tamed his desires, and established a state of profound, unshakable peace within himself. Which of these two men is the true emperor? Which one possesses the only empire that truly matters? The inner conflict we face is our society's relentless obsession with building the external empire of career, wealth, and status, while leaving our internal empire to fall into ruin. The fundamental problem with this approach is that an external empire can never bring you lasting peace or happiness. All external things are, by their very nature, impermanent and outside of your complete control. Your wealth can be lost, your status can be taken, and your reputation can be destroyed by a single rumor. If your happiness and peace are dependent on these things, you will live in a constant state of anxiety, a slave to the very empire you have built. The pursuit of external success, when not balanced with the cultivation of inner peace, often leads to a hollow victory. You may win the world, but you will have lost your own soul in the process. It is the great paradox of the modern world. We have more external comfort and success than any time in history, yet we are more anxious and dissatisfied than ever before. This is because we have neglected our inner kingdom. The transformative solution is to make the creation of an empire of inner peace your life's greatest work, your magnum opus. It is to understand that true power and true wealth are not measured by what you have, but by the quality of your inner state. The core Stoic idea is that a good life, a flourishing life, eudaimonia, is an internal achievement. It is the result of a mind that is in perfect harmony with reason and with nature. This inner peace, or ataraxia, is not a fragile, fleeting feeling like happiness. It is a robust, resilient state of being, an empire you build within yourself that can withstand any external siege. The wise man understands that it is better to be a king in your own mind than a slave on a worldly throne. This is not a retreat from the world, but the building of a strong foundation from which to engage with the world powerfully and virtuously. Your fifth daily task is the evening reflection on tranquility. This is the final and most important task of your day. The act of securing the gates of your inner empire for the night and assessing the state of your kingdom. Before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes with your journal. Do not focus on your productivity or your external achievements. Instead, ask these questions about your inner empire. Where did I maintain my inner peace today? And where did I lose it? What specific thought or judgment caused me to lose my tranquility? How could I have responded more wisely from a place of greater calm? What am I grateful for today that contributed to my peace? This practice is not about judging yourself for moments of inner chaos, but about learning from your daily experience as a ruler. It is the strategic review of the emperor, planning how to better govern his inner kingdom tomorrow. The benefits of building this inner empire are the ultimate prize of a philosophical life. You will discover a source of happiness and contentment that is stable, lasting, and completely independent of your external circumstances. You will be freed from the anxious, exhausting pursuit of more. You will be able to face life's challenges with a calm and powerful equanimity. You will become a source of peace and stability for everyone around you. You will have built the only kingdom that can never be taken from you. Your practice for this final lesson is to perform the evening reflection tonight. Focus only on the state of your own inner peace. This journey through the 5 daily tasks is the path to building a life of discipline, strength, and profound inner order. It is how you become the ruler of your own life. You have explored the 5 daily tasks that build Stoic discipline. From winning the dawn to building an empire of inner peace, these practices are the hammer and chisel with which you forge an unbreakable character. The path to mind control is not a mystery, it is a daily discipline. Thank you for your commitment to this journey with Stoic Dominion. If this video has provided you with value, please support our channel by liking, commenting with your own insights, and subscribing for more wisdom on the path to a stronger, more virtuous life.